Welcome everyone to MSU Age Alive Town and Gown, a lifelong learning experience featuring MSU faculty and community experts. My name is Kenny Thomas. I'm a junior at Michigan State studying pre-law political science, and I'll be your moderator today. Town and Gown is an MSU Age Alive program in the College of Osteopathic Medicine in partnership with MSU Social Science Scholars Program, Generations Connect, Friends of East Lansing Seniors Program, East Lansing Primetime Seniors Program, the Great Decisions Program of the Foreign Policy Association, and the People's Church of East Lansing. Tonight's presentation is titled Green Inside, Elevating Indoor Environments for Healthier Living, Bringing Nature Indoors and Its Impact. Our presenter is Jisun Lee, PhD Assistant Professor of Interior Design at the School of Planning, Design, and Construction at Michigan State University. Dr. Lee's research focuses on advancing human health and well-being by enhancing the healing properties of built-in environments in healthcare and hospitality contexts. Her research aims to propose design attributes that improve accessibility and inclusivity and foster nature connections that promote healing. Her work integrates emerging technologies such as virtual reality and biosensors into design evaluations that measure users' emotional, psychological, and behavioral responses to environmental design attributes. Following the presentation, we will have a question and answer session. Please take a moment to mute your mics. At this time, please join us in welcoming Professor Lee.
Thank you. I feel like I already did my presentation. Okay. So I'm Jisun Lee, and I'm a professor in interior design. So yeah, today I'm gonna talk about like greening inside. So using the nature and like inviting nature to our indoors, which has been with us from a long time ago. Maybe at the time like after like humans like were in this earth, and then still it's going on. And these days it's getting like popular and popular. So some might share like some findings and some evidence behind why are we doing that? Why designers are doing that? So, okay. So today, my presentation, it's divided in two sections. So first, I'm going to talk about healthcare environment and then how the nature impacts on patient experiences. And then the second one is hospitality environment. So how the guests experience the nature. Okay, when we have the nature inside. So before I go on, okay, I worked as an interior designer like more than 15 years. So yeah, these are the clients. So I worked for hotels and workplace and retail, healthcare, hospital. So all those kind of spaces. So after working as a designer, people ask me, why did you come back to academia? Right? Because after all the exciting things I can do around the world. Okay, so I just wanted to like evaluate and then investigate like the impact and the story behind rather than making it just beautiful. So that's why I'm here. That's why I'm doing research. Yeah, this is some of the work I did. Nice office areas, fancy stuff. Fancy, just all the retail store like that, like a supermarket, making everything like luxurious, What's the hottest thing in the world, that kind of thing. But I felt like, rather than just spending money and then like enticing people to consume, products, maybe I can kind of contribute to a healthier living, that approach. So, okay. I aim like to create environment that fosters really health and well-being. So I'm interested in like healing space design. So what is it different from like therapeutic space design? So rather than making direct impact to human health, physical health through environment, it's more like promoting and then improving, the way we live and then the way we feel, So I'm getting one. Yeah. So, we are human beings with emotions, right? So when we see something, we feel something. And when we have like positive emotions and our health improves, So, even there is like, that like the smile therapy, things like that for the cancer. Yeah, the people with cancer. So actually, my mom passed away like several years ago, like with cancer. So, what I really tried to do was like helping her to laugh a lot. So that's how our emotions and is important. These are like the areas I really focus on. So healing space design, so improving emotions and cognitive functioning, and trying to impact people with like better behavior responses. So like better movement, and then better like some kind of willingness to do something. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do. And also I use a lot of technology actually. So I'm gonna show you later of this presentation. And then I do evidence-based design. So maybe you might have heard a lot. So, like finding evidence to support your design. So designing based on evidence. That's what I do. So first thing, nature in healthcare. Okay, this is not the project that I designed. It's designed by like Hedwig, who is really famous architect. Okay, this project is located in UK. And can you guess what it is? I mean, it's written somewhere, but can you guess like what this is? Anyone? Station? Okay. Okay. I'm talking about healthcare first. Yeah, actually, it's cancer center.
No way.
Yeah,
Wow.
it's cancer center. Yeah, so it has definitely a lot of landscaping, outside, inside, large windows, so natural lighting. So if you see inside, isn't it beautiful? So like, what can you find? Like the shapes of nature, right? The trees, and of course the plants and the materials, and the way like using the lighting. I don't want to compare with this room, but yeah, you see like the indirect lightings, so that's kind of approach, and really creating the organic shape, like that we feel like really comfy inside, so we are like our stress just goes away, and then we can breathe in, breathe out, and really relax, that's the power of environment, right? So incorporating nature, definitely it has become an increasingly popular option, patient care. Yeah, because like definitely it has benefits. So a lot of researchers, researched on the effects. So like the potent effects are like reducing patient feelings of stress, anxiety, and negative emotions, and definitely promoting positive emotions. Like what you feel just looking at the photo. Okay. Right. So yeah, it's getting slightly into the research area. Okay, so I studied what's the impact between anxiety and perceived wait time and service perception. So far people really focus on the anxiety, but haven't researched a lot on the like perceived wait time. Like, so in healthcare, like we use nature. As you see here, just imagine that you don't have window, and then you don't have plants, and you don't have the green carpet, you don't have the wood veneer, around the space. Just imagine that. Then the space will change it really, really cold, and then, you might feel like stress just walking there and really tense, the kind of the feeling. So, okay. And then this is our reality. Woohoo. when you go to like emergency department, waiting room, so crowded, right? And then actually the patients, when they go to eat, the emergency department, they feel their injury and condition is serious and life-threatening. I cannot breathe, there's some piping. Oh my gosh. And then you have to wait more than 2 hours. Right? Yeah, exactly. So I kind of invested. Okay, what if we have like nature in there? Oh, it's beautiful, right? I designed it, and then I'm using the like computer software, so doing the renderings. So if you see here, I use like the method high fidelity virtual environment, and then I invite participants to do the experiments, and then I use a lot of like virtual reality because it is really realistic when you wear that. Sometimes I do eye tracking, and then I do surveys. So I evaluate, okay, how do you feel, in the space when you have the nature and not? So here, having nature and non-nature, and anxiety, perceived wait time, perceived service quality here. So, asking people like the anxiety level, I ask like how the calm feeling, secure it is, rested, comfortable, those kind of emotions. So that's related anxiety. And then perceived wait time is, okay, if you have to wait like 15 minutes, would you feel like comfortable staying there? People say, yes, of course, it's just 15 minutes. But if it goes to like 1 hour and 2 hours, like how would you feel comfortable staying in there? So definitely there becomes, differences. So, and the service quality. So service quality, even like I think like hospital is also these days going the direction for like service facility. If you kind of agree, like when you go to doctor's office or when you go to like hospital, we kind of expect that level of service, right? So yeah, that's how we can measure. Like if do you see that hospital is like up to date? Things like that, and then is it responsive? And then can you rely on the hospital? And we have like that kind of perception. Just imagine, if you go to a doctor's clinic and it's really dirty. And nobody's there, and then the nurses' faces are so down. And then if you, ask the question like, okay, is it reliable? And then people might go say, oh, I don't feel that, right? So it's like really our perception is related to the environment. It's like kind of, like when you think about like service, okay, service is something that I get, not I see, but in reality, like what we see really, affects our perception, right? So yeah, that's right. So I create the environment. So based on like the typical space that we see. Actually, my first trial creating this stimuli, um, it was really, I created a not pleasant space because that's our reality, But okay, this is a behind story. And then I submitted to like Journal of Interior Design. I submitted my manuscript to the Journal of Interior Design. And then, like Journal of Interior Design, of course, the interior designers are there. And then they feel like, okay, this like waiting room is like outdated. But no, that's our reality, I wanted to say. So I upgraded it. So already I think it's quite nice without plants, So yeah, and then using the virtual environments, yeah, I'm adding the plants like that. So as you see, outdoor garden, indoor garden, yeah, and then yeah, the plants, and then behind the reception desk, adding the plants. So here, non-nature and nature condition, everything same, just adding the plants, feed. Okay, just imagine yourself like that. Okay. So the results, yeah, of course. Yeah, you see like anxiety definitely lower, and the service quality higher in nature condition. The green one is nature. And then perceived wait times quite similar, but slightly higher. So anyway, longer waits. Yeah, it's not easy. Okay, so my next question was, and what about like individual differences in the effects? So yeah, there are a lot of individual differences like the threats, but what I measured here was like cognitive thinking style and connectedness to nature. Okay, so in the effects, okay, what about the people's tendency and how does that affect the effects of the nature? So analysts, okay, so this one, the first one, the analysis is holism scale. It's like, okay, it is about like some people have tendency of more focusing on like the holistic surroundings when they like interpret and then they process information. And some people really do like analytical way. Okay, so it is slightly connected to like culture differences as well. So like Asian, like yeah, we kind of look around. So we have a tendency of more like holistic interpretation. And then like analytical, yes, the thinking tendency, it's more like, yeah, Westerners, yeah, people say. And then connecting this to nature is like, okay, if somebody feels, okay, I am a part of nature or I'm really connected to nature, that kind of thing, the person's personality. So that's that. So I did that. So same environment here. And then when I collect the responses, please, please. No. Yeah, so I incorporate the YouTube video. So yeah, we did my survey. So this YouTube video, it's not working beautifully, but okay, let me try anyway. Oh, oh yeah, it's working. I found how to share. I'm still in the jail. Oh, you are, yeah. Yeah, maybe I have to like change the screen. Yes, I did. So the people come to the survey, yeah, and then within the survey, this link is embedded. So yeah, the participant, like anyone, just can scroll like me. And then looking around the space, yeah. So it's like more effective than just providing a still photos of some spaces and then asking questions. So yeah, because I kind of used this kind of method during the COVID because I can invite participants and then ask them where the virtual reality headsets. So it's the way. So with the nature, no, it's the same thing. Yeah. So here, see the difference? Yeah, with all the trees, beautiful. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. So yeah, and then it's I created quite a large space, the whole space with that, and then another one. Going. Yes. Ah, isn't it nice? Yeah, I can bring my coffee while waiting. Okay. So let's go through. Can you check the screen that I'm sharing? That's Zoom in the Zoom. Is it sharing this screen?
It is, it just isn't full screen.
Okay. Maybe share. Yeah. So. I'm missing my Zoom screen. Yeah, it doesn't have like, yeah, that's the reason.
Oh.
So if I share my full screen. Slideshow. Oh yeah, I think this. Invite slide here. You see this is screen. Fine. I have another technology with me. Oh yeah, it's working. Okay. Okay, so this is a result. Yeah, this is the thinking tendency. You see, if you see the green, this one, the first one on the top, you see the green line. Okay, that's the nature condition, and then the AHS. So the higher number is like holistic thinking tendency. So like more thinking like holistic feeling. That's that. So if you see the holistic thinker, in green condition, I mean, the anxiety goes like down. You know what I mean? When the people is think more like holistically, so they perceive when they have nature, they feel less anxiety than the people who has that analytical thinking tendency. So which means more affected by the environment, by the nature. It like can make sense. Okay, yeah, that's it. So if you see the perceived sometimes goes really higher, in the nature condition. If you see the gray one, that's like without nature, so it stays same. And then if you see the service quality, yeah, goes up, but you see the difference there. So like the perceived wait time, the gray line without nature, their tendency doesn't matter. But when the green, when they have green, like they are more affected by the nature. So it was interesting. But another interesting was like connectedness to nature. So if you see, the gray line and the green line goes together. You see that at it's right there. So what does that mean? Okay, when people have like higher connectedness to nature tendency, they just feel better about any environments. Like it doesn't matter if it's like nature or like no nature. They just are, they are people who feel less stressed in any condition. You know what I mean? So it was like really interesting to find out. Okay, so and then also there is a study that says, okay, if people spend longer time in nature, their connectedness to nature goes higher. Yeah, so which means, when we are exposed more with the nature, we become people like who can deal the stress better. Okay, so yeah, that was interesting finding. All right. Then what about the relationships between anxiety and perceived wait time and service perception? So here, if you see, okay, so with nature, people feel like next anxiety. And then because they feel less anxiety, they they feel like more comfortable waiting. Mhm. And then, that affects the better higher perceived service quality. Okay. So that's kind of, like the links between these effects. And then here I created more environments. So without nature, and with natural material, and with the plants, and with everything. So I created like 4 environments here. So just natural materials. So and then with everything like natural materials and the plants as well. In addition to those 2 environments you already have. So you know all the numbers. However, okay, so the study proved that yes, the nature affects anxiety. Anxiety affects perceived wait time, and that serves quality. So they are linked together, and that's the process how we feel. Okay. And interestingly, okay, so can you guess? Okay, between having plants and between having like natural materials, okay, which might be more effective to people? Can you guess between these 2? Plants and natural materials. Plant. So, like with the warm color like that, the option on the top, and then you compare just the white, white around here, and then just with plants. Yes, plants were. Yes, interesting. It was interesting to me. Okay, and then nature in hotel. Okay, what about hotels? Ooh, yes, this is the direction that these days hotels are going. Okay, this is like Edison Hotel in Tampa, Florida. You see, I don't have to mention a lot of trees, a lot of plants here. Yeah, the bar area, and yes, this is a photo that I took in Japan, in Tokyo. It's another hotel. So this is the bar. Mhm. And if you enter, this is the walkway from there. So after you get out of the elevator car, you land in this spot. All the plants, woohoo, am I in the jungle? Okay, yeah, so, and then also, this is one hotel. Do you know this hotel? Like, this is in New York City, and this is like very expensive one. Okay, and then you see like the facade is all plants, and they have really a bit of restaurant there. That's their breakfast bar. Brunch cafe. It's really crowded with all the brunch reservations. So if you see inside, this is their lobby. It's beautiful, right? All the natural elements there. And then inside the bedroom, they have plants, right? Yeah, nice, right? And then little balcony. So still, if you look at the room size, it's still small. It's in New York City, like the room is tiny. But like adding these elements, we feel much more pleasant. That's the power of nature. So what is the impact of nature on guest experiences of that? Yes, so I'm asking emotions, again, pleasure. Are you happy? Okay, are you pleased? Are you satisfied? Yeah, do you feel hopeful, like relaxed, stimulated, excited, these kind of emotions. And that aesthetic quality, like, I'm asking like the physical design, the hotel gives a real sense of harmony, and then like the physical design theme of the hotel pleases, my senses. Yeah, these kind of aesthetic quality questions, and also like hotel image, like the hotel provides a comfortable stay. And the hotel has a distinct image compared to other hotel brands. So yeah, hotel image, those questionnaires are quite famous in hospitality sector. So I'm including that. And then also willingness to pay more. Actually, yeah, like willingness to recommend and willingness to pay more. Yeah, these are like the important ones. And because it's like relate to money, sometimes I want to kind of avoid that. Yeah, but it does matter, right? Because as you see, you have seen like the the one hotel in New York City, the apartment that's really expensive. Like I think it's like $500 per night or something. So, like if you create an environment and then people is not coming and when the industry, will go bankrupt. So we're asking that really just pay more. So I create a lobby. This is so kind of cool. Yeah, but nice one. Higher ceiling, like that. Yeah, spacious design, still some decorations. Yeah, like that. And then, okay, actually, if you take out your phone and then take out your camera, and then we can do a little bit of fun thing here. Yes, you have to allow. Just allow. Anyone? Got it? Yeah. Do you see that? Okay, so you can turn around. Yeah, you can turn around. If you turn around, and then the environment goes around you. Yeah, it's like 360, so like that. Yes, cool. Yeah, it's like, woohoo, okay, with me.
Thanks.
Is it working? Okay, yeah, I have more. Yeah, I have one with nature, so this is more exciting. You see, I added some plants at the back of reception counter and added more plants and hanging plants and the plants on the column. Yeah, so you can try this one as well. Yes, also I created a video and then I am QR code as well. So try the nature one and then feel the difference.
Vegas, my eyes wide going by any chance?
Oh, I don't know that. I'm sorry.
I was just curious because they use it online. I was on the Autism Association board and we had ours done with all the sensory activities. They use something like this for people so they can actually like you have to do their buildings so they can actually get a picture of people that have sensory issues or family that give with sensory issues. Can go online and do this before they go to the place and see what the place is like. Where they go.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Let me check it out later.
Yeah,
Thanks for sharing. Yeah.
So it's a way to check it out before they go, make sure they.
Oh, well.
Yeah.
There without.
Question. Your respondents were responding to pictures and the video, right? Not real life.
Okay,
photos.
so this study was after COVID. So I invited them and then they were hesitant. Yeah, but I'm just showing like several other ways. Yeah, do the experiments. Yeah, so yeah, of course. Nature was effective. So yeah, if you see, they all had a significant effect to emotion, aesthetic quality, and hotel limited willingness to pay more. So I wanna, if you see here, and then when they have like higher pleasure, higher positive emotions, they have like better hotel image and aesthetic quality and also hotel image, they go together. And then if you see the green line, that's nature one. So you see like the way why it is like starting from like number 4 here because like people answer with higher scores. You know what I mean? So if you see the green line starts from the center because like even higher numbers. Yeah. So and then willingness to pay more. Yes. They yeah, I got like higher numbers. Yeah. Even actually, okay, I didn't include it here, but I measured willingness to recommend and willingness to stay. And then actually willingness to pay more, it got highest score. Yeah, it was like, oh wow, they are willing to pay more. Yeah. Okay. All right. Oh. Okay. So I'm introducing eye tracking. So what is eye tracking? Okay, so I use a virtual reality headset, and that has eye tracking features inside, capabilities inside. So when we do research, okay, so it captures where you see. Okay, so we do a bit of calibration, and then it measures like the point of gaze, so where you're looking at and how long you look at. So it is like calculated through a software. So yeah, there's kind of technology behind it. Okay, so here people come up, and then I do VR setup, and then you look around, and then it is recorded. And then I also do the survey. So is it playing? Yes. Yeah. So this is like recorded. This is like a participant. Okay. So what the participant is watching. Okay. This is the gaze point. And the study duration was like 2 minutes. So and it is recording. Cool, isn't it? Because like I was so curious. Okay, I am bringing nature, and I'm spending more money here for the maintenance and everything, and there really are people watching that and seeing that, So yeah, so measuring that. Okay. Okay, so after like recording all the information, and then the records, and then here you see like AOI, that's like areas of interest. So I said like areas of interest, so definitely the plant areas, right? So here, and then I do, the hey software calculate for me. Yeah, and then it calculates how they see the environment and how long they see the plants here. All right, so we call that visual attention. So, okay, what's your visual attention within the environment? And then there are many parameters, tons of parameters, but I'm using the fixation and fixation count. So what fixation means, when we see something interesting, our gaze is fixed at that point. Right. So in other studies, some studies relate that to like your cognitive load as well. So it could be like positive or in negative way. Like it might, some take more time, to process the information you observing, and then like so it could like make your cognitive loading even like higher. So which might be sometimes not that positive, but like when you go to museum and then when you see something pleasant, you see that and enjoy, right? So yeah, here I use it more in like more positive way. So fixation count. Isn't it interesting really if that is like related to their is it related to their emotions and their perception? Yeah, and then is it like linked to hotel image and even like willingness to pay more? Mhm. Yes, it did. So if you see this visual attention here, and then aesthetic quality, the green line nature and the blue is non-nature, you see the visual attention goes higher, and then they have like higher aesthetic quality. So yeah, you see here like the visual attention. So even though like with the non-nature condition, people see like more that spot, or however their willingness to pay more does go down. You see here. Yeah, but in like plant condition, when they see more plants and their willingness to pay more goes higher. Yeah, really interesting. So even there, like hotel image, you see the blue line more in green. So yes, yeah, it is effective strategy. It improves your health. It improves your emotions, and also entice more people. Environment, making people enjoy. Yes, all the significant. So yeah, just dive in. All right. Yeah. So this is what I do. Yeah. Hope you enjoyed it.
Do you ever use water?
Oh, kind of, but I haven't really published any study. Yes, but water is really, yeah, it is really effective. Actually, more effective than plants. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, because like the sound as well.
Yes.
Yes, yeah, that's the sound as well, water picture. So that's why like if you go to really large hospital and then at the lobby area, you see like water feature. The water sound, drinking sound, and then make you really relaxed. So yeah, it's all really nice. Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
Question? Yes.
How many employees does it take to maintain these nature feature? What portion of their budget? You have to convince people to do this, so there's an obvious expense. Okay.
Okay, that's really good question. And I don't know the answer. I'm sorry. Yeah, because but anyway, as I was as I was working as an interior designer, so in workplace and also in hotels, yeah, we had plants. And there are like other technology like supporting that. So for the plants, actually, we don't have to water them individually. Yeah, there is like a like sprinkling system behind something like that as well. So if we are just adding like pods and pods rather than like really huge ones, it's possible. And also with the ones like what we have like on the ceiling in the highest locations, even you don't have to have real plants. The artificial ones, yeah, they are still effective. Yeah, there is like another famous like cafe which is really hot in New York City, like Mama Cafe. It's like all plants. Just you feel like you just stepping inside a nursery, things like that. But yes, some of them are artificial. Yeah, but still it's effective. Yes.
Do you find much of a correlation with natural light? I mean, I saw your waiting room had a lot of it, and the hotel, a lot of it.
Yes, yeah. Actually, I really wanted to add my natural light to the hotel ones as well. But as my study kind of limited the effects into like indoor plants, yeah, I intentionally just didn't include that. But still, it was effective. So yeah. If I had natural lights, definitely higher effects in my.
Anybody else? No? Okay. Thanks.
Chat.
Oh, sorry.
I'm curious as to you started off with hospitals.
Mhm.
How effectively can one study the health benefits from being in that kind of environment? Because something like, you can imagine, say if it's a terminal cancer, that it could improve quality of life. But could it extend longevity? I can see the first one could establish with some confidence. The second is a much bigger ask. What is the data on that?
Oh, okay. Actually, I think the study started from from 1987. Yeah, they had a patient room, yes, with a window view and with trees and window view with just bricks. Yeah, and then I didn't study, but anyway, the researcher said, okay, yeah, longevity they had much better. And then in terms of like how they recover, yeah, from their their surgery or something, and then definitely helps. They say that. So yeah, but I think that's why a lot of hospitals having natural light, yeah, and then the plants, and then like they have like garden, and they make the patient like walk around, the garden, and then, things like that. So I think definitely it's effective, but it's not medicine. But you see like even like the patient with cancer, they need to breathe the fresh air. So they need to sit at the balcony and then enjoy the sun. We know that it's positive. Okay. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So it's like, so adding adding plants seems like really tiny little thing to do. And then even with the virtual reality thing, people say that, okay, is it really effective, you know? But if you imagine, have you ever been to like amusement park, right? You did, right? So when you do the right thing, we know that it's like unreal, but we feel the sickness. Okay, so yeah, it's something like that. So I think definitely it's better than that. And then, you know, of course, there are people with difficulties in mobility. Yeah, I just want to bring anything for them.
Thank you so much, Professor Lee. And thank you all for joining us tonight for Town and Gown. Our next presentation will be coming up a little sooner. It will be due to speaker availability next Tuesday on March 25th. This will be our special John Wales Memorial Lecture. The presentation will be Conservation and Agriculture. Can they work together to support people and the land? The session will be presented by Daniel Alquist, PhD, Associate Professor of Social Relations and Policy of the James Madison College. Dr. Alquist will share one or more of his case studies, time permitting, and we hope you will join us for this special event. Lisa.
Just real quickly, everyone, I'm Lisa Ritchie, Director of Age Alive. Please mark your calendars for the MSU Age Alive Research Forum. This is April 3rd, 2024. We're very excited about this, and actually everyone else was too, because now we only have online availability for this forum. So, please feel free to register for Zoom participation, and you can also register and be on the wait list to attend in person. The theme is diverse living environments for aging well, exploring options and solutions. We have a terrific panel and 3 wonderful research presenters from MSU. We hope you can join us for the forum and the John Wales lecture next week. Thank you again for joining us. Thanks, everyone.